Hey everyone, Dean Ouellette with the Real Estate Tube here. We're going to be launching a new thing on Tuesday. It's called Tech Tuesday. And we're going to be talking to different agents and people in the real estate industry on how they use technology in their real estate business. And I have pleasure today of being joined by Green Bay Greg. You may know him from Twitter as Green Bay Greg, or you may have seen his YouTube channel. He's doing some very unique things with video, and he's having success with it. So Greg, if you could, first of all, welcome.
Well, I appreciate you having me, Dean. Thanks.
Yeah, let's talk about exactly what you're doing, because a lot of people are using videos, and some people are having success, but I think what you're doing is very unique. So could you bring quickly the viewers up to speed what you're doing?
Yeah, real basically what I do is I try to find a niche and specifically target those type of properties. It's really easy, obviously, in this day and age to go after foreclosures. It's obviously the hot button keyword that everyone gets goo-ga gaga over, so I figured that was the niche I was going to specialize in. Plus there's still a decent amount of inventory, even in Green Bay, Wisconsin, of foreclosures. So what I do is I've got relationships with REO agents in my area. They let me know when they've got big price reductions coming or even new foreclosures, and then I submit, I do a video. And if you want to see them, they're at greenbaygreg.com, right on the home page.
Okay, so you're going out doing videos of foreclosure properties. Then what are you doing with those videos that's unique to market them?
Well, the great thing that I do with the videos is I submit them on Craigslist with an actual video clip or an actual screenshot of the YouTube thing, and I link it back to my blog. The other thing that I do is I link my Craigslist ad directly to a squeeze page, which allows people to opt in for my weekly foreclosure tour, which is just an RSS automated feed through MailChimp.com, which is just a free email contact solution program. And if you have under 3,000 contacts, it's free. So it's just a great tool and kind of automates the process.
So you're building a list is what you're doing also, right? By doing it this way?
That's my main focus. You know, I've had a great pleasure to be good friends with Ryan Hartman and Josh Schonley at Reticulous.com, where I get a lot of my really neat, unique, creative ideas, and I've been with them for a long time, and they've really just got me focused in on niches and building a list, because that's the foundation of every realtor's backbone. And it's really easy to, even with just using Craigslist, a free type source, to get leads. Yeah,
and we talked about this before when we first talked about what you're doing, and the idea of using it to really build a list, I think it's a great idea. You know, it's something that we personally haven't implemented on our team, and it's something that we should. Now, how big has your list become?
Over the last 2.5 months, I've got over 300, and I think it's like 330 right now. If I was more consistent with my Craigslist postings, I should, get there. The magic numbers, I'm telling you, if you work in the course of 6 months and build a list in the thousands, and depending on your market area, like Phoenix, for instance, you should be able to build a list even quicker than I can in Green Bay, Wisconsin, just because you have more traffic on Craigslist. But it's just a numbers game. It's just like any internet marketer will tell you, the more people you can target, obviously you're going to get a certain number of people to open the email, and then a certain percentage of those people will call you.
How many videos a week are you doing right now?
On a good week, 3. I don't try to overwhelm my list, because every time I do post a foreclosure video on my WordPress blog and put it in the foreclosure category, it sends out an email. And I try to really find the really good deals. I found that the 4 properties I actually have sold from my videos have all been ones that have really big price reductions or just a screaming deal, which makes sense. But I do show other properties, and I let other people know if I don't think it's a good deal. I just tell it like it is.
Well, and the good thing is, somebody can contact you on that house, but that doesn't mean they have to buy that house. Now you have them as a buyer's lead and can convert them with another house, right?
Oh, I mean, over the course of, some of the people in my database, they get hit weekly, bi-weekly with branded,
and will expire in 2 minutes.
A branded email from me showing my Green Bay Greg. It's kind of like it's a free way for me to brand myself subliminally to these people. And the other neat thing was we're actually working on a drip email campaign that incorporates video, and it's just talking about the basics of foreclosures, because there's a lot of things people don't understand or don't get, and we're trying to become an educational source too, just so people get comfortable with us. That's the next thing we're implementing. We've created some webinars and such, but we're really trying to take it to the next level to give good content to our list, like you said, and the bigger the list becomes, the better we do.
So you've been doing this for, what, 2.5 months, you said?
2.5 months,
and
yeah.
You sold 4 properties directly that you can trace through this?
I can trace 4 properties directly from this. And it's funny, 3 of the 4, actually, I sold the exact property.
Wow.
Because the videos give, I mean, I try not to draw them out too long, but they give a really good picture of what the property is. So it's either they like it, they understand the deal on the front end, because I explain why it's a good deal if it is, and if it's not, don't. So.
Okay, I'm kind of curious on this. Have you had any investors contact you saying they want to work with you, wondering if you'll go shoot certain houses for them, or do you just rely on other agents to give you the properties?
I do most of the work myself. I mean, I have a lot of good relationships with agents who tell it like it is as well, that have REO listings. So if they're getting a hot, after I sell a couple of their listings with this technique, they're ready to give me anything they want, because a lot of these REO agents don't want to deal with buyers, and not necessarily do I, but it's a good niche to bring in some consistent income and just trying to produce a system that kind of works for me. And once it's set up, it's pretty much dummy proof, to be honest. I make it sound easier than it is, but it's really not hard.
A lot of agents are intimidated by video. How difficult do you find it to record a video and get it up online for people?
If a big, husky, red-headed guy from Green Bay, Wisconsin can get on a video and talk about houses and it works, anyone can do it. I mean, that's as far as how easy it is. I mean, a flip camera is a joke how cheap they are. They've made video actually extremely high quality, and it's push a red button, and then putting the video together it's really easy if you have a Mac, but the flip comes with a program where you can do basic videos really easily too, so it's not a big deal.
And that was going to be my follow-up question. If somebody wanted to get started doing this, what would you tell them they need to learn, what type of equipment they need to purchase?
Well, I would probably purchase the Flip HD video. There's a couple different models. I don't get too caught up in that. As long as it's HD, has a decent amount of storage space. If you already have a Mac computer, the iMovie application makes it so easy to do things. The other, if you're using a Flip, they've got embedded software in it called the Flip Share program that's directly stored on the device, which runs on it actually runs on Macs and PCs. So it's really easy and inexpensive. I guess if you're looking at buying a new computer, I would definitely go to Mac if you're planning on doing a lot of video. But that's what I got for that.
All right, and once they have this equipment, what advice would you give them? What have you found easy as far as developing a niche?
Well, I love the question you asked about investors purchasing properties. That's kind of one of the niches I really want to focus in on, and maybe tie that in with the REO properties. Look for the multifamily units, because if you can get investors, and I do have a decent clientele of investors, they typically purchase a couple properties a year, and that's a dream for an agent. I mean, getting introductions is one thing, but getting repeat clients that are buying investment properties and trust you, and they're only going to call you. It takes a lot of work to build that trust, especially with an investor. But if you're providing a service like this and you're looking for a niche to do it in, I mean, if you can find 4 units, 8 units, 12 units, and those typically are higher priced. So let's be realistic. That's a better thing than shooting a $50,000 REO. But the other nice thing about these REOs is they're paying better splits in a lot of scenarios. But as far as niches, you can do new construction. I don't think that's going to be anything that has a really big draw to value seems to work. I hate to say foreclosures are the way, but it is.
Okay, Greg, if somebody is looking for a real estate agent in Green Bay, how can they get a hold of you?
The best way is probably give them my phone number, call 920-215-1637. You can also find me at greenbaygreg.com. There's a ton of information about me and how I handle my business there. And then facebook.com/greenbaygreg.
All right, Greg, thanks for your time.